Make sure you're using the access road. If you don't, it's a black flag and it won't be cleared.
Welcome to the Sim500 Network. We're live at the Homestead Miami Speedway for the season finale of the Mission 22 IndyCar Series. I'm Joey Chattina, the voice of the Sim500 Network. Alongside me, Jason Barron. We're back-to-back weekends, Jason. What's your thoughts going into tonight's race after a wild one we saw last week, Jason?
Well, watching practice here, and by the way, hey everybody, thanks again for joining your championship Sunday night on your Sim500 Network. Anyways, during practice, Matt Wagner's backing up what he did last week at at Vegas Speedway. He is trying to do what he did last week and up in victory lane, and he's on to a good start so far tonight.
Yeah, Matt Wagner dominated last week. Of course, Alexander Van de Sant was right there with him. I would think that Alexander was the favorite going into tonight until last week, and Matt Wagner became the first two-time winner in the Mission 22 IndyCar Series. And Wagner, again, out of the box, he's the fast guy. So it all depends on the ultimate qualifying lap. Who gets the pole dictates the race. Only 100 laps tonight at the Homestead Miami Speedway, so it's going to go by really fast. Again, real fast, a shout out to our Mission 22, the charity out there. If you're not familiar with the charity, it's something I mentioned last week. I've worked with them. I was an ambassador for the state of Alabama. Had a great time, a great cause. It's they give, I think it's an astronomical amount of money raised goes back to the vets for post-stress disorder, all kind of different things to help the vets. It's just a great cause, and we're very proud to have them here at Sim500.
Absolutely. You know what I always say, one suicide by a veteran is one too many. I don't care. We're not going to stop this until we can get the help that they need. So thank you for all your veterans out there who have served or are serving. Thank you so much for allowing us to have our freedoms. So thanks again, you guys.
Jason, we got about a minute to go before qualifying here. We'll see if we could drag maybe one of the championship contenders in here. We'll see if we can get a word with Matt Wagner before we get going. Matt Wagner, Jason, and Joey up here in the booth. Tell us about tonight. We know you came off a dominant victory last week. You're leading the race here tonight as far as practice is concerned. How's the car?
The car, it's going to be very tricky tonight with these hot conditions out here. I'm going to do my best to make the right adjustments in the car. Well, hopefully we'll qualify up front and stay up front. That's the whole plan.
Just a minute to go, Matt. We wish you the best of luck in qualifying, and we'll talk to you hopefully after the race.
Thank you.
And there it is, Matt Wagner, dominant right now, Jason, as you mentioned, looking to come in here and take this title away from these guys. Just a few seconds left before we switch over. We've got about 17 seconds, almost kind of like a makeshift grid walk. We've got Chad Cole here. Chad Cole, real fast, the car. How you feeling? Do you have a championship coming your way tonight?
Oh man, going against Matt and Alexander, man, it's going to be a tough road to hoe, but we're going to try for it. This clean air is going to be a thing to keep you up there, man. It's tough out there.
All right, Chad, we'll let you get down to it. That's Chad Cole, the number 17 car. He is going for this championship tonight. Again, racing Matt Wagner, who won last week in dominant fashion. AJ Musselman, and somebody we'll talk to later is Alexander Vondesant. These four drivers coming in, Jason, squared up. It's the best man, highest finisher wins the championship.
Yes, indeed. Alexander Vondesant right now is on top of his qualifying lap. He looks like he's running out there right away. He's not going to waste any time. He should be coming to the line here. He's coming through 3 and 4 currently. Let's see what he has.
Multitude of cars on the racetrack right now, but Vondesant is the first out really to get his lap. We're looking for Matt Wagner. He's yet to enter the speedway. Matt Wagner or Vondesant will lay down the time, and that'll be the time to beat, Jason.
Yeah, maybe we can sneak Alexander up in the booth there after he gets done with his qualifying run, and then we can watch the other guys finish their runs.
Top of the track there for Vondesant. He'll probably bring it down here for the second lap. Winding these race cars up as much as they can, straight to the bottom.
Absolutely, yep, you're correct on that. He really drops it low in the 1 and 2, trying to get the shortest way around the track on the second lap. 3 and 4 is the tighter corners here at Miami Homeway Speedway. You're going to see that as a tricky part of the track. Oh, Vondesant puts down a lap, and he's third right away.
Wow, that's a big surprise. Right now, Jim Brooks has got the fast speed. Forsythe second, Vondesant third. Shannon Wood was holding down the third spot. He's now to fifth. Vondesant fourth. Still waiting to see the 99 car come on the racetrack. There's Matt Wagner on pit road, just waiting to go out and cut his lap. Brandon Webb now to the top of the board, the 77. Just completed his lap.
Cole currently out there.
Chad Cole is not on the speedway as of yet. Waiting to push Wagner off, and Matt Wagner now is off and away. Could this be a championship qualifying lap? His biggest competitor right now, Alexander Vondesant, we've talked about every week, is in the 5th spot right now, so he's going to be mired back in a little bit of traffic. Brandon Webb still holds the pole right now in the 25.272. 4 race cars on the racetrack. Also, AJ Musselman is now on the racetrack as well in that 75 car.
So we already heard Chad Cole talk about that clean air up front. We seen it was an advantage for Matt Wagner last week. This is a big lap here for Matt Wagner. Is he going to get that clean air early again tonight? Or is he going to have to start towards the middle of the back of the pack possibly?
Bobby Wetzel now to the top of the board. That number 9 car with a 25.264 for Bobby Wetzel.
Let's see what Vondesant's first lap looks like here. To be expected about where he was.
Yeah, Matt Wagner's first lap at 25.549. Chad Cole is now on the speedway, so the final championship 4 drivers on the track to get his qualifying session in. We'll grab the pole sitter. We'll talk to him after qualifying here. Matt Wagner to the line.
Oh, he does it. Jumps to the top of the board at a 25.227.
Matt Wagner,
Huge lap.
top of the board over Bobby Wetzel right now. We're keying in on the 75 car of AJ Musselman right now. AJ Musselman through 3 and 4. Again, he's one of the championship 4 to the line. Where is AJ going to line up?
Oh.
Second quick for AJ. And actually, this is back-to-back weekends for that 75 car to start in the outside pole there, Jason.
Let's see what Chad Cole's going to do here.
Chad Cole's come out lap here. He's going to keep it to the top of the racetrack. Well, this is Chad Cole's second lap. Yeah, this is Cole's second lap here. Last car on the racetrack now to qualify. 25 seconds remaining in qualifying right now. Is it going to be Chad Cole or is it going to be Matt Wagner to lead the field tonight to the green flag at Homestead for the Mission 22?
High exit. I don't think he has it.
Fifth quick for Chad Cole. And there it is. Matt Wagner is going to lead the field, Jason, and we'll have to get a quick word with try to grab Matt if we can, and we'll also talk with we'll get Vondasan up here. And Matt Wagner, real fast, want to grab you. Great poll. He watched you there on the Sim500 network. You did everything you had to do. Great start out of the box. Back-to-back. Well, it's not back-to-back polls, but you won last week. You got the poll today. You led practice. Ready to finish this thing off and win a championship? Oh, Matt Wagner's actually, he's talking with the crew right now, so we're going to have to wait a minute to get in touch with Matt.
Bring up the second place AJ up here if we can.
Now we'll look around and find AJ. See if we can get a word with AJ Musselman.
Our outside pole sitter.
AJ Musselman, Jason Barham, Joey Jatine up here in the Sim500 network. You got a copy?
Loud and clear.
AJ, you did what you had to do, brother. Outside pole right now for your car, racing for the championship. What are your thoughts going into it?
I'm really excited about tonight. It's been a great season, filled with a lot of clean racing with Matt, Alex, and Chad. Looking forward to 100 laps of fun here on a very hot track in Miami. I think it's going to be about managing the tires. There is some tire wear, so whoever manages the tires and gets in and off pit road, the best is going to be the winner at the end of the night.
Good luck to you, AJ. We're going to try to grab your teammate down there, but wish you the best of luck here. We'll pull for you as you race for this championship.
Enjoy the show.
Jason, real fast while we have a minute, let's get our starting lineup in because it goes by pretty fast. Our pole sitter again, Matt Wagner, waiting on that 99 car. He is on track right now. Outside pole sitters, AJ Musselman. We'll run through real quick. We'll run through our starting lineup. On the pole, as we talked, Matt Wagner with a pole speed of 25.227, alongside AJ Musselman there in second. The third row, Bobby Wetzel and Brandon Webb. Jason, you want to call them the rest of them?
Yes, I got her. Chad Cole in 5th and Jim Brooks in 6th. And then in 7th place, we have Byron Daly and Craig Forsyth. Milt Mattis and Don Runkle will run out your top 10 here. Alexander Van de Sant in 11th and Shannon Wood in 12th.
Well, Van de Sant must have, I don't know what happened there, but
Tim Doyle and Dennis Briggle will round it out tonight.
Van de Sant must have, he was not that bad. I thought he was about 5th. We'll have to figure out why he wound up back there. It's our fault for not catching up on that. But Van de Sant starting way far in the back. He's probably going to play the game right now, try to miss in the incidents. Stay out of trouble right now is his thoughts, I'm sure, as he races for this championship. Jason, I really appreciate you coming out tonight to the Sim500 Network. It's glad to have you. Should be a great race. We have 100 laps here from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Again, the Mission 22 IndyCar Series comes to a close tonight, and we will crown a champion. Cars are slow down the front straightaway, and the green flag is out.
Good, clean start to this race for the championship as they come out of turn 2. Wagner again, just like last week, leads the first lap.
Well, over the last couple of weeks, we've seen these racetracks where the top of the racetrack was the bottom, has been the dominant part of the track here at Homestead. They've got a couple of different grooves. We'll see tonight if we have a little bit more racing, as we haven't really had that much over the last few weeks. The inside lane, the leader just pretty much dominated. But Wagner, that's where he's at. He's on the bottom of the racetrack as he comes off the banking in turn 2, and he's going to lead him down the back straightaway, Jason.
They all fan out pretty well there. Coming back into turn 3, turn 4 as we go into about to complete lap 2. Matt Wagner still leads. AJ Musselman in second. Bobby Wetzel here in third.
Watching Chad Cole now. He's advanced his way up to the 5th spot. Going to look back and try to find Alexander Van de Sant, who's in 18th right now. So both championship contenders are making their way through the field. There's Forsyth right there, following in behind Van de Sant. But still at the front of the field now. It's Matt Wagner.
A car on the wall towards the back. Looks like he's still going. Just a nice little brush, nice little tap against the wall.
That's unfortunate. It's a Don Runkle machine. The series steward, Don Runkle, trouble down the front straightaway, slow on the inside of the racetrack. Hopefully that will not bring out a caution. He's got it under control. So everything looks good as of now.
It's a tough end of the race last week and a tough start to the race tonight for Don, who just missed a cutoff to the championship here tonight.
Well, there you see in the right corner of your screen, the Kickass Beef Jerky, 19% off. KickassBeefJerky.com, promo code Sim500, 19% off. And if you spend $50, you get free shipping. Just before Christmas, what do you get? Somebody that has it all? Give them some Kickass Beef Jerky. You can't get any better than that, Jason.
Oh, it doesn't, man. It really doesn't. You can taste the high-quality meats in there. And they don't make just beef jerky. Go to the website, check it out. They got Bloody Mary mixed pickles, olives, all kind of other different things. Some nice clothes, nice hats. We'll check it out. I guarantee you, it's just that good.
And take my word, my co-anchor Jason Bear knows about good fine meat.
Oh, man. Championship Sunday.
Off into turn 2 they come. Matt Wagner's pulling now. Musselman. It's got a great gap here right now at this point, about a second lead. Got about a second and a half back to Bobby Wetzel, so the field's all single file right now. I did get down and had a chat with the guys as far as the field mileage, Jason. We're looking at about 40 to 45 laps. So we have a 100-lap event. We're going to have looking square dead at 2 stops tonight, so could be very exciting. If it stays like this with the short field that we have, green flag racing and 2 green flag stops can really change this championship.
Exactly. It looks like we have a little bit of competition here for 3rd place. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Probably the best action on the track here, high up. Still, Matt Wagner with a commanding lead now with almost a 1.4 second gap to AJ Musselman. Bobby Wetzel still in 3rd place. Byron Daly's there in 4th. Chad Cole knocking on his door.
Trouble with a 9 car. We're seeing it right here. Bobby Wetzel's falling back. Not sure what's going on with that car. I thought he was actually headed to pit road, Jason, but he got it back under power. So trouble for the 9 team and Bobby Wetzel.
Tough break. He was actually putting a little gap there between the 4th and 5th place guys. I don't know what happened there.
Well, Wagner now out to a 1.7 second lead. Pure domination right now for the 99 car. Again, he won last week. I think Matt led every lap, but maybe a handful. He led practice tonight. He is the first 2-time winner of the Mission 22 IndyCar Series. And here he comes out tonight. He's led the first 11 laps, coming to lap 11. And again, he was your pole sitter.
Matt was on a mission this last week. He must have put in a lot of practice. I mean, he is 0.2 a second quicker than the AJ Musselman in second, and quite a bit faster a lap than Byron Daly.
The second car in line outside of the AJ Muscle machine is Chad Cole. He's working his way back to the bumper of Byron Daly to try to get that 3rd spot. That'll put 1, 2, 3 playoff drivers there racing for the title. Still has a little bit of work to do, but just behind Chad Cole by about a half a second is Alexander Van de Sant, which I'm still very surprised that Van de Sant is not up there right now. Is closer to the leader, Jason.
Yeah, but he's slowly creeping up there. I believe he started in 9th place, if I'm correct. So I think he picked up at least 3 to 4 spots. This see what he does here on Chad Cole. He actually lost a little bit, Chad Cole, that lap.
We talk about pit stops, and they have plagued the Bondasant machine.
Yes, last week. Exactly. He was caught a lap down late in that race. That was really only Matt Wagner's only real strong competition besides Chad Cole. And again, bad luck last week. Pretty much gave Matt Wagner the really easy going to go get that win. But that guy deserved the win last week. He led at least 85 laps out of the 100.
Yeah, and that's 2 weekends in a row for Bondasant. Jason is he spun leading 2 weeks ago and wound up coming back, but Byron Daly would take the win. So it's been a couple issues with pit road for Alexander Bondasant right now, but to no matter, it's all the Matt Wagner show early here in the Mission 22 IndyCar Series at Homestead Miami Speedway. We've got 16 laps down. Matt Wagner has led from the start, pulling away now, and we've got about a 2-second lead. Still growing that advantage as we talk over A.J. Musselman. Byron Daly in third. Chad Cole sitting fourth. About 4 seconds back, and 5 seconds back is Alexander Bondasant.
Yeah, it's still about a tenth of a lap that Matt Wagner is getting up on A.J. Musselman, and that gap continues to grow at each lap. Doesn't look good for the rest of the competition out there tonight. If this is what early signs of what's going to happen tonight, it doesn't look good. It looks like a mistake is the only thing that's going to cost Matt Wagner his championship. It is early. It is early. We're not quite in the 20 laps yet out of 100.
Oh, Jason, looking down pit road right now. Alexander well, no, it's not. It's not the 13. It's the 133. I'm sorry. I thought I saw the 13 down pit road. I thought we had a story, but it's not. It's the 133 of Dennis Briegel on pit road right now.
Who is currently 7 laps down.
Let's go back here and we'll take a look at the Chad Cole machine. Chad Cole again running fourth. About a half a second.
Creeping back up on Byron Daly there.
Yeah, holding to about a half a second to Byron. Again, Jason, we talked about it, pit stops, 40 to 45 laps. So 2 stops. This could get very interesting. Matt Wagner's got a comfortable lead. That'll obviously help him if this makes it to a green flag stop where he won't have to be so aggressive to get down pit road. He can take his time and get the service he needs and get back on the racetrack and not hinder his chance for the championship. Where these other guys, their hands are going to be forced. They're going to have to make up anything they can, and pit road seems to be that place where these guys will try a little too hard.
Absolutely. We've seen that happen last week. In fact, Chad Cole, he had to get everything he could on his entry to pit road and his exit on pit road. And when he left the pits, he went into one too hot, spun it out. Caution came out, and that's how A.J. Musselman and Bondasant all got trapped the lap down. So you're exactly right there, Joey. For Matt Wagner, he's just got to keep it cool. Just stay calm. I mean, even if he's got to give up a second just to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, that's fine. But these other guys, they're going to have to go as hard as they can to try and get every little tenth as they can out of this car because they're not able to get it on the track. So hopefully they're thinking maybe I can gain a little time back on pit road.
Well, while we have a minute, I want to thank the Muff Duff. He's out there. Not sure if we're supposed to say the Muff's name, but he is responsible for this broadcast. He's responsible for this series, the donation in the name of Mission 22. So we want to throw a shout out to him for all he's done for Sim500, Mission 22, and this great series as we get now to the 24 lap mark. So a quarter of the race already done, Jason, and then we've only been on the racetrack racing here. Trying to look at our time clock. Not very long. Let's say that race is flying by right now, Jason.
Yeah, it looks like we've only about 12, 13 minutes into this race, and we're already 25% done.
Big gaps between the cars. There's really not a whole lot of battling outside right now. Everybody's all running right together, nose to tail.
It's just so weird. Every time Chad Cole starts breaking in, chipping away on Byron Daly, It's just like what Chad said to us in practice there. The clean air means so much. So I'm wondering if Chad Cole's creeping up and he gets about a half second and just all the air comes right off the front of the car.
Got to give a shout out to my good buddy Shannon Wood. He was out in the parking lot. We had to break in the trailer to get that race car off there. They struggled getting the racetrack tonight, but definitely got to thank that O2 team for participating tonight. Shannon Wood right now started in the 10th spot. Currently in the 10th spot. He fell back to 12th at one point, but doing pretty good right now as he just holds steady in that Penske Delara right now off into turn 3.
I even believe the number 9 team donated a set of tires to him tonight to make this happen.
Maybe that's why Bobby was having trouble a while ago. He gave the wrong set away. Bobby Wetzel, again, qualified very strong, was in the top 3. He's struggling, to say the least, back 12 seconds, 13 seconds back to Matt Wagner, who continues to dominate this race. Wetzel's back in the 11th position right now.
Roughly a half lap down is Bobby, as we were just talking about. He's just trying to hold on here and not get a lap down. Hopefully a caution comes out. But the way this race is looking, it doesn't look like a caution's coming out unless, again, like last week, an incident happens on coming on or off pit road.
Well, there's not a whole lot to really talk about, Jason. What'd you have for dinner tonight? I had ramen noodles. You know what y'all
I had El Patron, Mexican restaurant up here.
Ah.
It's great stuff. So we had the old chicken and steak fajitas, man.
I hear you, man.
Well, fire.
I made the noodles like it was Mexican, little paste picante sauce, little cheese on it. It's perfect. So anybody out there, you're nothing to do, looking for something to eat, throw you a little paste picante, a little cheese, you're good. Maybe a little Kickass beef jerky in there.
There you go.
Have yourself one hell of a dinner. Matt Wagner still leads it here. Big lead right now as he's got a 2.7 second lead over A.J. Musselman. Again, these A.J. Musselman, Matt Wagner, Chad Cole, Alexander Vonasant. They're here in the final 4. Winner take all for the Mission 22 IndyCar Series. The Homestead Miami Speedway. We're 30 laps in. Matt Wagner's led them all. This is exactly what you saw last week. Domination from Matt Wagner. We got it again here, Jason.
Well, Matt Wagner just... Oh, it looks like somebody's already pitting there. It looks like A.J. Musselman decided to come down pit road. Yep, he is definitely down. We got a couple other takers on pit road already. Looks like what they're going to do is they're going to split this up into 2 sections. Lap 33, lap 66 would be the smart move, logical move.
You got to pit twice, and it's exactly what they're doing, Jason. They're going to force the hand of Matt Wagner here as we're riding on with Vonasant right now as he leaves the pit road.
This is what I'm talking about here, folks. Getting off pit road, it's going to be tricky here. They got to get everything they can right here. But you can't go over the edge. Looks like clean exit for all of those cars, including Vanasant.
Now it all goes back to Matt Wagner. When does Matt Wagner decide to make his first pit stop? We'll follow along with Matt. Looks like we have the 77 car right now, Brendan Webb. He's now hit pit road. Chad Cole staying on the racetrack, holding in the 3rd spot. Byron Daly in 2nd. The 76 car now hits pit road. Also, the 54 of Milt Matisse is on pit road.
If we would have had an early caution, we might have seen a little different strategy here with the fuel. Because I think what you said, 40 to 45 laps, but that did not happen. So now we're going to open up into the next window here in about 20 laps. If we get a caution, it's going to be tight for these guys to make it the rest of the way. Otherwise, look for laps 66 to 75.
Right now, 5 cars still on the racetrack that have not pitted. That, again, is your leader, Matt Wagner. He's got a 3.8 second lead over Byron Daly. Chad Cole 3rd. Shannon Wood 4th. Bobby Wetzel 5th. We'll look for those race cars to come down pit road. Outside that, everybody else has pitted. Jim Brooks has pitted. He's 1 lap down. Milt Matisse, he's 2 laps down. Musselman's now shown in 8th. Matt Wagner now on pit road, Jason.
Yes, indeed. Nice and steady, no mistakes. I can't remember with this car. Do you even need to enter on that part of the track for pit road?
The Indy cars, you do have to, Jason.
Just didn't know if that's how cautious he was being. Looks like Byron Daly is now coming in pit road as well. I mean, Chad Cole can take the lead.
Off and away, Matt Wagner, clean stop. Again, he comes in on lap 38. Chad Cole is still on the racetrack. Everything good for Matt Wagner as he's back on the speedway, so everything good there. Going to Chad Cole now. Still not coming to pit road. Shannon Wood making his stop right now. 3 cars still on the racetrack. Chad Cole, Byron Daly. Byron Daly is actually leaving pit road now. He's made his stop. So it's just Chad Cole, the only car left to not make his... Here comes Chad Cole now. He's going to make his stop on lap 39, Jason. Coming to you.
Chad Cole, can he not do what he did last week? He makes the entry in the pit road perfect. Now the ticket is, can he get off? Comes down pit road, make sure he doesn't speed. It's a little bit easier in the Indy cars where they got the old limiter on there compared to the stock cars.
Bobby Wetzel gets his stop complete. The 9's back out on the racetrack. Matt Wagner now coming to the front straight as Chad Cole's getting his stop. Should
Chad
cycle
Cole's now leaving his pit box.
Should cycle back around to Wagner as the leader. That's the gap that Wagner's going to have on Chad Cole as he's just now through the 1 and 2 on the apron, getting back up to speed. All is good on the 17, though. Clears the blue line. He's clear to come back up on the racetrack. And there, Jason, I didn't know if you saw it, but Vonnegut now has made the pass on Chad Cole.
Yes, I was watching Chad Cole there. No mistakes. Everybody, for the most part, I don't think I seen a mistake or anything like that. No caution out. So we continue this long green flag run to start the race of our championship Sunday for Mission 22.
Matt Wagner assumes the lead. Byron Daly second. AJ Musselman, who gave up second, is now back to the 3rd spot. Vonnegutt's the big gainer as he's up to 4th now.
Surprise, Matt Wagner and Byron Daly. The gap is pretty much the same way as it was before the old pit road cycle started.
About the same gap right now from 1st to 2nd. It's about 3.5 second lead right now. About a half a track, it seems like. A half a straightaway for Wagner as he's got the lead over Byron Daly. 3rd place, AJ Musselman. Again, Alexander Vonnegut 4th and Chad Cole 5th. All of your final 4 playoff drivers inside the top 5.
Yes, indeed. They always say the cream rises to the top. Well, tonight, there you go. 4 out of the top 5 tonight are our championship drivers.
58 laps to go. It's clicking off pretty quick. 1 pit stop left for these guys. The question is, will it be under green or is it going to be under caution? Jason, you said that window is going to put us, what, close to lap 60, lap 70 for some of these guys that pitted early?
Yes. You're going to start seeing the cycle starting about lap 66, 65, I would say. And I think some other guys are probably going to come in by lap 70 at the latest. But to make it the rest of the way, should be in about 10 laps.
Ten laps away from being able to make the final charge here to the championship flag at Homestead Miami Speedway. These guys have put in a lot of work. Again, got to thank everybody behind the scenes that made this Mission 22 IndyCar Series such a success. The fun we've had this year with this car. I know me personally, Jason, Chad Cole's going to make a move now on Vonnegut. Chad Cole looking to take over that 4th spot, and he does so as they exit turn 2.
It's not over yet, though.
Yeah, as soon as I say that, Vonnegut gives a little bit of challenge back, but Cole is going to clear him Off into turn 3, no problems there. Vonderson to the top of the racetrack. Chad Cole's going to start pulling away. Wonder if that's just a difference in maybe tires that gets Chad Cole right back around Vonderson. But he's off and working his way toward A.J. Musselman. Chad Cole is about a second back now from A.J. Musselman, so a lot of work to do. And I hate to say this, Jason, but at this stage, the only way they're going to catch Matt Wagner, we hate to say caution, but he's going to have to mess up or there's going to have to be a caution to at least get to his back bumper again.
Well, they always say they need a caution. They just don't want to be the caution. That's the ticket tonight. As you are correct, but Byron Daly, he's chipping away at this lead. He is not a championship contender, but let's just put it this way. Matt Wagner has a little competition here brewing up.
Well, Byron Daly has been there the last couple of weeks. He's a winner 2 weeks ago as he defeated Vonderson for the issues he had on pit road. He was right there last weekend, and again, here he is, Byron Daly, racing down for the win. It'll be his second Mission 22 Series victory this year. Very cool news coming out here soon. You'll hear more about it on the Sim500 Esports Racing League Facebook page regarding our Byron Daly. He is now signed to drive this year for Dave Lanza Motorsports, the full almost in the Trans Service Cup Series. That'll be Byron Daly's rookie year to run that series. He's probably one of the most dominant drivers if you look at how many starts he's had in Sim 500 versus the amount of wins. He's by far, he wins more than anybody based on his starts, but he is going to be a heck of a contender. And Dave Lanza is one of the old Sim 500 team owners back probably 10, 12 years ago. Dave had some health issues, but all is good. Dave's back, and Lanza Motorsports is coming to the Trans Service Cup Series in 2021.
Byron Daly just picked up 0.7 of a second this last lap.
He already talking about
down to 2.2 seconds. Let's see what it is at the line this time by, and it is 1.9 now. He picked up about another 0.3 of a second.
Well, Jason, we talked about these cars are different than the stock cars that we're accustomed to driving. There's onboard telemetry with these cars. You can change the front, you can change the rear, you can change the brake bias, which that's something we're familiar with, but there's a lot of adjustment that can be done inside these race cars. And usually it's the guys we learned over the last few weeks, it's the guy that doesn't have the clean air that has to make the most changes. But here today, it seems like with the gaps we have, they all have pretty much clean air. That'll change when Byron Daly gets the back bumper of Matt Wagner's car as he continues now to close on Matt Wagner, down to 1.7 seconds behind Matt Wagner.
Yes, indeed. And like you were saying about the adjustments, they have wing adjustments, front and rear. They also have fuel adjustments where if they want to not have as much fuel going in to try and go into a fuel saving mode, they have that option. They also have the option of changing the weight balance in the car. So they have numerous ways of adjusting these cars, and thank God for us, we got teammates, because that's a whole different ball game for us, what we're accustomed to in the stock car world. So
for God's sakes, Jim, I'm not a doctor.
Exactly. So again, a little bit, Byron Daly, about a 0.5 that lap.
There's no doubt Daly is closing on Matt Wagner right now. He's at a 1.5 seconds. He is closing every single lap. So Byron Daly's found what is working in that car. Looking back, A.J. Musselman and Chad Cole, still about the same distance between those two drivers.
0.1 that lap.
Matt Wagner's, it could be the dirty air coming off the 02 of Shannon Wood. That's what's going to start affecting the 99 cars. We talked about it. The car in the dirty air has to be able to make those adjustments to keep that car running like it should. And that could be where Byron Daly's catching Matt Wagner at this point.
Let's see what the time at the line. Ooh, A.J. Musselman has gained 0.3 of a second that lap as well. Now, that's where we're talking about the other championship contender right there. A.J. Musselman, Chad Cole is in 4th, and Alexander Van de Sant is in 5th. So if Byron Daly can get up there and kind of give a little action there to Matt Wagner, maybe give him a little more tire wear, does that allow A.J. Musselman to cut into that gap a little bit more?
AJ Musselman right now 5.8 seconds. Looks like he's losing a little time right now. As he gained it, he's losing it right now, according to the clock. Byron Daly now down to 1.2 seconds on the 99 of Matt Wagner. Wagner's to the top of the track. Byron Daly's running the bottom of the track. So we have two different lines, and when Byron Daly gets there, he's going to get there, Jason. If he's on the bottom, Wagner's on the top, we're going to have a heck of a race up here for the lead.
Yeah, we talked about that air. We're going to see what happens here when Byron Daly gets about half a second behind him. It's a good thing that he's already running a different line, so it's not going to really take him out of what he's doing right now. As that corner, they were running pretty much direct, same exact line. But we will see here, the air means so much in these Indy cars.
There's the difference between first and second. Byron Daly got almost down to within a second, and Matt Wagner was able to pull back away, but the gap dropped on corner entry. So Daly's car is entering a little bit better than Matt Wagner. That's where Daly's making up the time. On exit, though, it looks like Wagner is able to pull back away a little bit here, as it's a 1.2 second.
4/10 that lap there as well.
61 laps down. Matt Wagner 56 laps led on the day.
Pit window is now open here for these guys to make it the rest of the way.
Take a peek back on Chad Cole, as now he is in the fourth spot. Alexander Vonasant right behind him. Big gap there between AJ Musselman and Chad Cole.
Byron Daly is now dropping at least a tenth and a half a lap down to Matt Wagner.
At this stage right now, you've got to you can see the Matt Wagner machine. You know you've got to make one more stop. For Byron Daly, do you go in early? Do you try to put the heat back on Matt and let him be the one to have to make the mistake? Get ahead, get out, and get up to speed. I always like to be the first car up to speed if I'm near the front like this, Jason. I don't know about you, but that's something I've always seen.
Watch this lap, exactly. I think Byron Daly has to come down. He's got to try and take advantage of these fresh tires. He does not. He keeps going.
The gap is growing again.
Yep. Who is going to be the first to pit road? He is growing another 2/10 that lap.
Yeah, all the work that the 06 of Byron Daly has done is going right back the other way as Matt Wagner hits another gear. And Jason, if you look, Matt Wagner, the first car is on pit road, the 76 now is making his stop. And I was going to say that maybe the difference of Wagner and Shannon Wood, the lap car he's coming up to, is Shannon looks like he's got a little bit more of a gap on Matt Wagner than he had before. That could be helping the air of Wagner while he's starting to make the pull away again from Byron Daly.
Byron Daly kind of held it back, stopped from dropping so far back again the lap. He's kind of, hopefully he found his consistency a little bit better here. We'll see what it says. Again, 1.5, so yes, last two laps, he's not losing any ground to Wagner, kind of trying to cool them tires off. I bet he's been really trying to drive this car hard. He was almost 4 seconds back, and now it's 1.5, so he gained over 2.5 seconds here during the first pit stop.
Well, Jason, the 131 of Craig Forsyth is down pit road. He's one of the first big hitters to hit pit road in that 131 machine. The next car we got to look for is this guy right here. When does Byron Daly go down pit road? He's actually pulling back a little bit.
He is. Again, I think he did. He cooled them tires down a little bit. Oh, back down again.
32 laps to go here to end the season. Winner take all. The final race, the final four drivers, Matt Wagner, AJ Musselman, Chad Cole, and Alexander Vonasant came in tonight. looking for a championship. But tonight, the one guy that is dominating is Matt Wagner. He's led just about every lap here on the racetrack. Not looking back. They're going to have a lot of help, Jason, to catch this 99 car.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for any other championship contender at the moment. AJ Musselman has been chipping away, but it's been less than a tenth of a lap. It's still about 4.8 seconds. At this point, it's going to be a mistake by Matt Wagner, even if Byron Daly comes up there and takes the victory.
Well, it's still a good ways back if you look at right now, 4.5 second lead over the third place car of AJ Musselman. So even though Wagner has been dominant, Musselman is still right there, sitting in the third spot, 4.5 seconds back. Anything can happen. He's still got a chance to win this championship.
Yeah, AJ has done a lot better this run, the second run of the race. He's gained back about 1.5 seconds to Matt Wagner, but yes, he's still about 4.5 seconds behind our leader at the current point, Matt Wagner. Again, no takers up front for pit road as we're coming up to lap 73. We're closing in on the last quarter part of this race, Joey. It's gone by quite fast. Anything you take away from this?
Absolutely, Jason. It's just been and these guys are good. They're good at what they do. They put in a lot of work. A lot of these guys, they just drive these Indy cars. They know how to make them work. So, yeah, I mean, it's just been a great race, fast pace, and for us in the booth, it's been a good pace. We're getting down to it. Nobody likes to see a lot of cautions, especially in a championship scenario like this. So the best man is going to win the championship tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see this bringing out a caution. I hope I don't jinx this tonight, but it's not looking that way. It's looking like this is going to come down to the final pit stops. Matt Wagner's just got to do what he did last time, no mistakes on and on pit road. Byron Daly can go a little bit more aggressive. He has nothing to lose, no championship to lose. The only thing he has to gain is the victory tonight. To steal it away from Matt Wagner, who's been dominant the last 2 weeks.
26 laps remaining.
AJ Musselman still chipping away. He is now about 4.4 seconds behind the leaders.
The 54 of Milton Matisse now is on a pit road. His final stop of the day there for the Milton Matisse machine. He's going to give up the 8th position.
All right, 25 to go. Who wants to win a championship for the Mission 22 IndyCar Series presented by Sim500 Network? Glad you guys can make it here tonight. Doing a great race, fast pace, that's for sure. Matt Wagner again is in his dominant force.
Still waiting to find out when that last pit stop is going to come. The 75 car now, AJ Musselman is on pit road. Alexander Van der Sant is behind him.
Closing in on Matt Wagner.
Byron Daly inside of a second right now on Matt Wagner.
It seems like as soon as Matt Wagner hits a little dirty air in front of him, that's when we see Byron Daly close the gap. Now the car in front of him is pitting, so Matt Wagner again, for the most part, is in clean air.
Shannon Wood coming to pit road, making his final stop of the night. Back up front now, Byron Daly. And we'll see the difference with no car out in front of Matt Wagner. The gap starts to grow again. Over a second, about 1.1 second right now is the lead. Matt Wagner just starts pulling away from Byron Daly with clean air.
It's just amazing what that clean air does.
At this stage, we talked about it earlier, be the first car to pit road. If I'm Byron Daly, I'm getting on pit road this time by.
You gotta come by right now. If you want this victory, you're gonna have to leapfrog him somehow, and pit road, that's the way to do it at this point. Oh, looks like Matt Wagner is off on pit road. Here he comes.
Matt Wagner heard us talking. He's going to be the first car to pit road. He's going to ice this championship as he's nice and easy, 55 mile an hour, rev limiter in check. The 99 machine is coming down for his final stop. This is the championship stop, Jason.
Absolutely. Well, you have Byron Daly just trying to put his hot laps. He does not come in this lap. He's in clean air. He's trying to get everything he can out of this car right now. Nice, easy stop for Matt Wagner as he leaves pit road. Let's see if he can make it back onto the track without making that major mistake here, and it's looking solid for Matt Wagner. Now it's time for him to put the hammer down and get them good fresh tires up there and see what he can do.
18 laps to go. Byron Daly leads the race. Of course, the next car behind him, Chad Cole, is yet to pit. Both cars staying out. I don't think either one have a chance to make the distance, but they are going to go as long as they can. And what you do in this point, Jason, is you hope for a caution. We saw it last week. That took Bonasan out of the chance for the win. That's what Byron Daly's rolling the dice right now. Going to run this thing as far as he can. Praying a caution comes out and take this win here tonight at Homestead.
So when he was following Wagner, Byron Daly was putting laps down about 26 flat. Now with the clean air, he's running about 0.2 faster than that. So that just goes to show how much that clean air really does help. As Van de Sant comes down pit, no, Byron Daly comes
Byron
down
Daly's
pit
the
road.
pit road.
I'm sorry there.
Chad Cole still staying on the racetrack right now. He'll run through 3 and 4. Again, Chad Cole looking for that caution. If the caution comes out, you could be looking at your champion right here with Chad Cole. Oh my gosh, it comes out. The caution comes out. Chad Cole's on the racetrack. Chad Cole has lapped the field.
Byron Daly stays on the lead lap.
Where in the world? Wow.
Matt Wagner is a lap down. That means Byron
The Bobby
Daly's gonna
Wetzel
have
machine loses control, Jason. Bobby Wetzel machine loses control with 15 laps to go. Take one more look at this. Riding with Bobby Wetzel here. Caution's out, and Chad Cole has got the lead. He's still got a pit. That'll put everybody back or wave around, Jason, but Chad Cole is still going to be...
going to have to start at the tail end of the field.
Yeah, Chad Cole will have to lead this race with fresh tires with 15 laps to go. We're riding with Bobby Wetzel. We'll see if we can find out what happened here as he comes off of turn 2 in that number 9 machine. Like he might have been trying to go down pit road and just had an issue there.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I'll take our word for it. Bobby Wetzel went for a ride, brought the caution out, and here we are. Chad Cole has got the lead of this race. What a turn of events, Jason.
Well, wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. This was seeming like it's going to go green the rest of the way. But I tell you what, I'm not going to complain about it.
I think the entire paddock wants to take some socks, some soap, put him down in a sock and beat Bobby Wetzel in his sleep tonight for bringing that caution out. That right there has flipped the whole Mission 22 IndyCar Series upside down with a late race caution. Chad Cole had the field a lap down, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this shakes out. Chad Cole should be our leader as everybody will get the wave around. Matt Wagner was behind Chad Cole, so he may be 2 laps down. We'll have to wait till this all shakes out to see what's going on, but Wagner's back to pit road.
Going to be your leader here because Chad Cole has yet to make that pit stop, and as soon as he makes that pit stop, Byron's going to end up with the lead.
Yeah, you're right about that. So that has happened. Daly leads Chad Cole second.
7 cars are on the lead lap.
Unbelievable.
Matt Wagner seems to possibly be on the lead lap.
Matt Wagner would have got the waiver, and he's coming back to get some tires and fill it back up with gas. He comes back out. It's going to give up a lot of spots now. As AJ Musselman, it looks like, is going to be scored in the 4th position. Actually, I don't think our clickers kind of got caught up. We got some waiver rounds coming. We'll just put Matt Wagner sitting in 3rd place, Jason. I think that's what we got going on. The waiver round will come. It'll be AJ Musselman in 4th, Von Hassan 5th, Jim Brooks 6th, Milt Batiste 7th, Bobby Wetzel 8th, Shannon Wood 9th, and Craig Forsyth in the 10th position. Most cases, we'd like to pull these guys up, but here when the championship is on the line, we'll let these guys stay focused on what they're doing. This restart's going to be for everything, Jason, and something that Matt Wagner has not dealt with is the car in dirty air, and he is going to have a ton of it. That's he'll have at least 2 to 3 cars in front of him on this restart.
Yes, he does. He has Byron Daly, Chad Cole in front.
Yet again, another weekend that Byron Daly finds himself in the right place, the right time. Looking for yet another Mission 22 victory. Actually showing Byron Daly's won 3 times this year. So this will be his 4th win. Single file restarts here, so that's going to be another issue that Matt Wagner is going to face, because on the restart, the single file, it will spread the drivers out. That's something that'll have to be a gap made up from the 99 car to the leaders as we get ready to bring this thing back to green flag. Green flag
And
out. Byron Daly breaks away. Big jump here.
That 3rd car in line is the lap down car of Bobby Wetzel. So actually the 4th car in line there is your 3rd place car of Matt Wagner, who has dominated this race tonight. Byron Daly shoots off. Here comes Chad Cole with the fight on the outside. Coming to 10 to go.
Chad Cole doesn't want the championship. He wants to win as well. Chad Cole blazing down the front straightaway, side by side with the Byron Daly machine. Chad Cole doing all he can to break away. Go back and look at the Matt Wagner machine just mired in traffic. 2 cars. Bobby Wetzel now letting him go by. He's got Craig Forsyth, the lap car in front of him. The 99 of Matt Wagner in big troubles. We'll go back to the front. Chad Cole and Byron Daly still battling out for the win.
Chad Cole comes to the line. He won that lap. Byron Daly's fighting on the bottom again. Chad Cole on top, keeping it all wound up on top, getting that momentum going on the high side. Coming into turn 3. Again, Byron Daly pulls ahead slightly. Here comes Chad Cole with the runoff of 4. And again at the line, this time it's Byron Daly.
Yeah, all this right now, Chad Cole does really not have to have it. He doesn't have to win the race. He just has to keep Matt Wagner behind him. A 1.7 second gap right now from Chad Cole to Matt Wagner. Matt Wagner's dominated tonight. An unfortunate, untimely caution comes out and catches Wagner on pit road. It flips over to Chad Cole as he's going to race down the front straightaway trying to get the lead away from Byron Daly.
Now Matt Wagner is begging for a caution. He is pretty much out of this at this point, even with these guys up front battling side by side.
Down the back straight, Craig Forsyth, the lap car, is now making a gain back up to the leaders here. He's right to the back bumper of Chad Cole. Gearbox, they don't have bumpers in these cars. Still side by side as they go off into turn 1.
Matt Wagner picks up 2/10 of that lap, but we're coming up here. 5.5 laps to go. Chad Cole again gets the run on the outside, coming into turn 3. Loses the momentum, tries to dip down, and the crossover move now by Chad
Big
Cole.
move by Chad Cole. He does the crossover, as Jason called it, off into turn one. Cole's got the preferred groove now. He's going to lead for the first time tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway with only 5 laps to go.
Byron Daly ain't done with it yet. He, like I said, he has nothing to lose tonight. It's win or go home.
1.5 seconds is still the gap to the next championship contender. Again, Matt Wagner dominated tonight. Chad Cole now on the right side of the shoe. Off of turn 2, he leads Byron Daly by a half a car length.
This time by, we're looking at 3 to go with Matt Wagner 1.5 seconds behind. This looks like a championship for Chad Cole if he can just continue this for 3 to go.
3 laps to go, and the broadcaster cursed Jason as they talk about it. We talk about the caution. Caution comes out. Matt Wagner winds up watching this championship go away from him. Chad Cole leads now, still 1.5 second lead over the 99 machine of Matt Wagner. They're still side by side here with Byron Daly. Cole racing for the win. 2 laps to go this time around.
2 to go. Byron Daly now pulls out, clears ahead of Chad Cole, coming through turn 2, extends that gap now by 3 to 4 car lengths.
And Chad Cole has nothing left. He doesn't have to do anything. He just needs to maintain second place. And he has got this championship locked up here for the first annual Mission 22 IndyCar Series at Sim500. The white flag is out there off into turn 1 for the last time, Jason.
I don't think Chad Cole's not going to try to win this race. I think he's going to try to get a run right here. But I think it's going to be a little too late. He's going to close up to him. Yes, indeed. He pushes up the track. Byron Daly coming to the line for the victory. And Chad Cole is your Mission 22 Sunday Night IndyCar Series champion.
Wow. I didn't think we'd be saying that, Jason. That Matt Wagner dominated this race. I feel so bad for him. The fact of that late race caution and just absolutely took him out of the chance to win the championship. Byron Daly leads 16 laps tonight. Goes on and takes the win. Chad Cole second. He is your, again, Mission 22 IndyCar Series champion. Matt Wagner is in second or third, and A.J. Musselman will be fourth.
Matt Wagner's just got to be sick to his stomach right now. An awful feeling. He had it after dominance again tonight, after dominance last week. He was the favorite tonight in practice. It's just one of them things that some guys hit it right at the right moment of time and steal it away. And you know what? He stole away the championship. But
Yeah,
it's Chad Cole's.
That's a tough break. We'll try to get a couple of interviews real quick as we wait on Byron Daly to get back up to the booth here. A big victory for the Byron Daly machine. That's 4 victories this year for Byron Daly as he closes out the Mission 22 IndyCar Series. We'll take a quick break. Jason will come back and we'll talk to some of these guys, and we'll talk to our champion Chad Cole, and we'll send the series off. But real quick, catch up with some kick-ass beef jerky.
Have you seen my Kickass subscription box anywhere? Oh, there it is.
Welcome back to the Homestead Miami Speedway. The end of the Mission 22 IndyCar Series season is in the books. We've got our third place finisher, Jason Barham's with him. That's Matt Wagner.
Matt Wagner, we talked pre-race and we talked last week. We thought this was your championship, but a rough luck there at the end in that late caution. I know you got to be feeling just some awful stomach pains right now, but I just want to say thank you for joining us up in the booth tonight. And how you doing there, buddy?
Matt Wagner is having some technical difficulties. Matt, do you have a copy?
Hello, can you hear me?
There
Yes,
we go.
can now.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine, Matt. Did you
I
hear
heard
what
you.
I said?
Yes, I did. I can answer your question. I had a little bit of trouble with some of the other drivers out there, but all in all, it was a good race. I managed my tires very well. That Tommy caution, man, that hurt a ton.
I bet. I could feel the pain up in the booth that you were feeling. I mean, you deserved it tonight. You deserved it after last week's dominating win. Dominated the whole race tonight pretty much, except for when that caution came out. You did everything you had to do on and off pit road, twice clean. You led a perfect race. Sometimes, man, it just wasn't meant to be. That's try to find the negative out of the positive. It's easier said than done, buddy, but we want to just thank you for giving us some great entertainment this season, man. It was awesome watching you, and you gave a amazing effort this year. So congratulations.
I appreciate it very much. Shout outs go to you, Joey, for taking over the announcements. You've been doing a very good job, and you and Jason both. I very appreciate that very much. Sim500, Kickass Beef Jerky, Butt Kicker. Thank y'all very much.
There it is,
Awesome,
your
man.
third place finisher, Matt Wagner. Unfortunate situation for Matt. He comes home a little short tonight. A lot short, actually. Dominated the race. And, again, you can even hear it in your voice, Jason, having an interview him right now. You just don't know what to say to a guy that absolutely dominated this event. And just an unfortunate caution is the reason why he is not in victory lane. But we are with the guy who is in victory lane right now, Jason. We've got Byron Daly. It's Jason and Joey up here in the Sim500 Network booth. How are you, brother?
You know what? Feeling pretty good. I think this makes up for looking like a fool in Vegas. So pretty happy about that. Congrats, Chad, for the championship.
Well, it was an amazing race. You had the field. We watched you kind of reel back in on Matt Wagner there, as Matt had such a big lead. And I guess it was the dirty air that was allowing you to get back to the close in on Wagner, or what was it? Did you find something in the settings that really made your car work?
I think it was a combination of both. Kind of more heavily weighted towards Matt getting stuck in traffic there. But I was slowly chipping away at him towards the end of the first run after I found some stuff that worked for me. And then as he caught traffic, it kind of just turned that into, just buckets of time. But as he cleared the traffic, then I'd get stuck behind him. And it was just, I think by the time he pitted, it was about a second gap between us. So it was definitely, dirty air was big tonight. It was really hard to manage, and you really had to go to work with the tools to kind of make anything of it.
Well, you definitely did it. It was the caution. I bet you couldn't believe when the caution came out. You guys had such a great race, and Matt got on and off pit road. We were actually up in the booth. We're like, pit now, Byron, pit now. Be the first one on pit road, and you can win the race. And of course, Wagner beat you to pit road, and then you're out there long enough. The caution works out. Just anybody you want to thank before I let you go, man? Another victory. This is your fourth victory this year. Not a chance for the championship. We know you had to miss a few races, but definitely want to thank you for all you've done this year. We also gave a shout out to your new team owner, Dave Lanza Motorsports, and the Trans Service Cup Series. So we're going to get to see you this year on Monday night. So we're excited about that as well.
Yeah, looking forward to doing more of this for Dave next year. Different car, cup car, but it's a little bit more to what I'm used to. Like, just thanks to Mission 22, Don Runkle, everybody, Sim500, put on this IndyCar league. Like, it's fun to race these cars. They're very challenging. Like, they're easy to get around the racetrack, but like to race them is like a whole different can of worms, and it's a lot of fun to kind of work your brain there and a little bit of what you can do behind the wheel. So it was cool. Glad to be a part of it.
Jason, to tell you how dominant Byron Daly is at Sim500, he is he's fourth on the win list, 42 wins. This will be his 43rd career win. He wins an average of 25% of the races he starts. So 25%, he started 164 events. David Comstock is our leader right now with 58 wins. He's had 359 stars. So Byron Daly is going to be a terror next year in Sim500. Byron, great job, and we'll see you soon at Sim500. Merry Christmas to you and the family, and we can't wait to start the new year out with your new deal in Monday nights.
Yeah, same to all you guys. Looking forward to next year, and Merry Christmas.
There it is, Jason. Byron Daly, your winner tonight, fourth win of the evening. The one we got to bring up now, our friend, our pal, our buddy, Chad Cole. We'll get him up here.
Chad.
Working on getting Chad Cole up here in the booth. Chad Cole, he's covered in champagne right now and gummy bears and everything else. Chad Cole, you're a champion again, man. Tell us about it.
That is not the way I expected that to go down. I'll tell you what. I knew from the get-go that Matt and Alexander and AJ were going to have me covered, so I was just going to try to have to run fuel as long as I possibly could, and well, it worked out somehow. I don't know. That pit entry using the access road on entry in 3 and 4 caught someone, and that is my saving grace right there. That was the only way I was going to win, to be honest. These cars this whole year, as you found out at Loudon on lap 1, I can't figure these cars out to save my life. So that pretty much turned the race around right there. And I was hoping to get a win there to get the championship, but Byron, hats off to him. He's always going to race hard. I had to tell myself, all right, big picture now. We don't need to get caught up going for the win and lose a championship here. But it was a good year all around. Up and down roller coaster numbers with the attendance, and these cars are really difficult. And I think it's fallen out of the favor with the Sim500 guys. So I'm not sure if they'll ever be back, but maybe a super speedway series. I don't know what you say, Joey.
I don't know, Chad. I don't at this point. But hey, this isn't the first time IndyCar's been at Sim500. I want to say they came to Midnight Thunder, or was I wrong about that? I was thinking about that last night.
No, you're right. It's a tough nut to crack, these cars. We did have them for Midnight Thunder for one segment, and we had to play with the weather to get it right. And even then, the aero push is tough to overcome with these cars. And I think the car count suffered with it, but the guys that stuck around, they're going to put on a good show and good racing. And we saw that tonight with it nearly going the whole distance. A lot of these races have been clean and green for the most part, and with the smaller fields. So that's been pretty neat to see.
Well, I tell you, not just so much the ovals. When I had a chance to race a few of these events this year, but I had a blast in Watkins Glen. I believe it was the Glen. We didn't have the interloop, and that's where I really felt like this car was the most fun. I literally hate road course racing. Mostly do it just in stock cars. I'm horrible at it. But I drove from like 23rd to 5th in that event. So probably more road racing. Who knows, Chad? But all I got to say is it's been an amazing year. Don Runkle and his team's put on a great show. I know you've helped behind the scenes with Don. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm surprised to see in Victory. Well, not Victory Lane, but standing here holding the championship. Matt Wagner absolutely dominated this race to have that caution come out late, and we probably put the broadcast curse on him, Chad. We mentioned caution like 3 or 4 times, and boom, it wasn't 5 laps later we got one. So you probably owe us and Bobby Wetzel for this championship. Anybody else you want to thank while you're up here, Chad? And Jason, you got anything for our champion?
Well, yeah. I just wanted to say something real quick, Chad. You made a comment. This was great. I get to talk to Jason and post-race interview, but this week we get to do it again. And this week, Chad, man, congratulations on the championship.
Yeah, it's even sweeter with you guys now this week. Touching on something Joey talked about, Watkins Glen, man, that I think you're right. That was by far my most fun race of the year. Just because we'll push the pass because that's pretty cool. Just push a button, you go faster. I mean, how awesome is that? So, never say never. It might come back in some shape or form. So, I gotta give a shout out to Don for doing the admin duty here. It's tough road to hoe, and Joey and Jason for stepping up doing the broadcast, getting the kind of dealt a not so good hand, and stepping up and filling the shoes of a different company. But and also gotta give a shout out to Jamie Knott for stepping up and bringing on the Mission 22 sponsorship, which is all about preventing veteran suicide, which is it's really for another kind of pandemic that's going on in the state. So it's a good cause, and they're good people.
Well said, man. Well said. Congratulations again, Chad Cole. Here's your Mission 22 IndyCar Series champion here on Sim500 Network. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank out there?
Oh, my cats.
I was wondering if the cats would make the broadcast. Yeah, Chad, and it's been a great year. Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to 2021. This is our final Sunday night event for the Sim500 Esports Racing League. We'll be back Monday night with the second annual Patriot Fire Snowball Derby. Last year, Josh Parker took home the victory. We're looking for a pretty stout field this coming Monday. Jason, should be my last broadcast, live broadcast. We're going to put a six-pack together of some Nemesis Lab events we've got going on over the past few weeks, and just try to have some fun over the winter. Jason, I can't thank you enough for the time you spent up here with me the last couple of weeks, but man, it's time to get out of here.
Man, it's been my pleasure. It's been a treat the last couple Sunday nights. Let's do this again next year, 2021. We're coming to a close. 2020. Wow, it couldn't have come soon enough. I bet you everyone thinks that. And I tell you what, I'm gonna try and make that race tomorrow night. So that's what I got on my agenda. Otherwise, happy New Year and Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you guys want to celebrate. Just have a safe 2021. That's all I care about. God bless.
Yeah, for me, Joey Giatina, the Sim500 Esports Racing League, the Sim500 Network, we want to thank everybody who's participated, been involved. We're very new at doing this, but we've had a blast. We hope everybody out there has watched, has enjoyed our time together. But for that, we wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. We'll see you on the next episode. Again, Monday night, the Patriot Fire Snowball Derby. So that's going to be an exciting race. 33 drivers going to make the field. We'll have 60 drivers showing up. So for Jason, Joey, we're out of here. We'll see you Monday night.
Have you seen my Kickass subscription box anywhere? Oh, there it is.